Hello, friends. Welcome. Salo, Mason, happy home. And I'm happy to be here with you today because there are people, there are families that aren't going to be able to be anywhere today because they were gunned down in yet another attack on people just doing what the Constitution allows them to do, living free and fully in their religion. And my God. So, what I want to address today is something that Jasmine Crockett, I can't even say that name without giggling. It sounds like a Disney character. I was named after the Queen of Holland, so there you go, Jazzy. And I'm half Native American, so Elizabeth Warren, you can just put those feathers down because you haven't earned them. But what I want to address today is a comment that Jasmine Crockett made, and it ties in for me with a comment that Elizabeth Warren made, I think late last year, earlier this year. Jasmine Crockett recently made a comment on air, to some microphone, that the ICE roundups, which are not roundups, that is an incorrect term, but that ICE facilities and ICE going in with legitimate warrants and arresting illegals is likened to the slave raids. The slave raids of the 1800s. I've never even, heard of slave raids. I'm like, well, that's ridiculous. I'm sure there were, I'm sure that there were groups and gangs that went around and rounded up people based on their color or that they believed were their property. I can see that abhorrent behavior happening. But to say that ICE is rounding up slaves, that is her, Jasmine Crockett, saying that these illegal immigrants are slaves. She just referred to members of South American countries, the southern part of the American continent, illegal or not, gang member or not, they're of, Guatemalan, Honduran, Mexican, they're from South America. They're indigenous people. And she referred to them, she named them as slaves. So what does that say about Jasmine Crockett? That says that Jasmine Crockett looks at anybody other than herself as beneath her, as a slave to her. She called them slaves. Not people, not immigrants, not illegals, not hardworking Joes just trying to get a better life. Nothing. She called them slaves. So for the crawlers and the keywords and, the spies and everything, Jasmine Crockett from Texas called immigrants her slaves. She should be backhanded for that. That is every bit as disgusting, abhorrent, and unacceptable as Elizabeth Warren getting up in front of a crowd of ignoramuses and saying, oh, if he rounds everybody up, who is going to, and I quote, pick our vegetables? You know who else panicked about who was going to pick their vegetables? The plantation slave owners during the Civil War, during the vote to free the slaves. Well, we can't do that. Who's going to pick our cotton? Who's going to pick our vegetables? Jasmine Crockett and Elizabeth Warren are hideous racists. Shame on them. And anybody, a member of the Democratic Party, that supports them or turns a blind eye or a deaf ear to their racist politics is every bit to blame and every bit at fault for what's happening as Jasmine Crockett and Elizabeth Warren are. My God, these people, I've never in my life expected in 2025 that members of our Congress and our Senate, elected officials, would behave in a manner that I had to grow up with and endure with my dad, who was anti-black, very much a racist. Now he's passed. When you pass, you go to God and all things are forgiven. He was a horrible racist. He was a sexist. He did really bad things. He said really inconceivable things in public about people of color, about Asian people, about women. And I thought as a child, I knew as a child that was just absolutely egregious. It made me sick and embarrassed and humiliated as a child. I didn't share his beliefs or his opinions. I didn't agree with it. But yet, I blindly and ignorantly followed the Democratic Party right up to 2016. And I am so ashamed and embarrassed to admit that I actually supported these pigs. These racist, communist pigs. I don't anymore. And I tell you what, they will never, ever get my support or my vote ever again with this nonsense that they're doing. And then hiding a known communist, Mamdani, behind the banner of democracy and Democratic Party. He's not. He's a fucking Putin. He's a communist. He's a Kim Jong-un, a Xi Jinping, a Vladimir Putin. You have no idea the mistake that you're going to make. And you're all going to go down in a ball of shit on fire if you elect that pig to your office. There is no place under our Constitution for communism, Sharia law. Don't even get me started on that shit. But this nonsense that Democrats are being allowed, why are they not being censured? Why are they not being sanctioned? Why are they not being removed from office? Panicked that lesser humans won't be picking their vegetables? Panicked that ICE is doing their job according to the Constitution as the Constitution mandates to remove these illegals? Referring to them as slaves, not even humans, but slaves? And you stupids out there, you 19, 20s, 30-something stupids, you're falling in line behind this. You're no better than they are. My God. My God. So Jasmine Crockett and Elizabeth Warren, you're racist pigs. Shame on you. And until next time, I got to go mow the lawn. It's going to be 87 degrees today. I'm going to get that stuff rocked out here. And then I'm going to do a video about our pond because we got the pond done, right? And now we just need to have it filled. So yeah, until next time, do good, be good,